Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Qur'an, ضَعُفَ الطَّالِبُ وَالْمَطْلُوبُ. The one who is sought and the one that was seeking have become weakened, have become small. Meaning what? Even if people approve of the way you look, even if people think your new Facebook profile picture is awesome, your cover photo is great, your clothes are great, you look beautiful today, even if people say that about you, what have you earned in life? What have you gotten? And subhanAllah, you will weaken yourself because you'll never be good enough, because they'll always find something to point at. You'll never be able to satisfy everyone. People will always find something wrong with you. And at the same time, whose approval and whose pleasure are you seeking? أَمَّنْ يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ. Who's going to answer your call when you're in need anyway? Who's going to be there for you when you need them? أَإِلَهٌ مَعَ اللَّهِ. Is there any God besides Allah? Meaning, is there anyone to be sought other than Allah? What are you getting out of it? And the fact of the matter is, in the 21st century, people are more concerned with the illusion of being happy than actually experiencing happiness. It's more important that everyone around me thinks I'm happy than actually being happy. It's more important that everyone around me thinks I'm beautiful than actually feeling beauty. And so, I was reading an interesting study and it blew my mind, but I can see how it's true. That one of the criteria, one of the things that you go through as you're looking for a spouse, a lot of people will actually think this will actually be part of the decision-making process. How good is he going to look with me on my Facebook cover photo? What are people going to say? How are the wedding pictures going to come out? Can you imagine that? People will actually think, how are the wedding pictures going to come out? What are people going to say? Right? When we get online and we have that thing 1 and thing 2 shirt, and I'm his and I'm hers and all that weird corny stuff that happens in the first month of marriage. And then all of a sudden the pictures disappear. And it's like, oh man, what happened, right? Because you're putting your life out there, subhanAllah. And at the end of the day, people actually, that's actually part of their decision-making process. What are people going to say? How many likes will I get for that? What will people think of me? And we're laughing about it, but it's true. And it might be true for some of us as well. And so what I want you all to think about, when you get up in the morning and you look at yourself, the first question that comes to your mind should be, how does Allah see me right now? How do I look in the sight of Allah right now? When I wake up in the morning, the first thing that goes through my head before what will people say, and how in fashion am I, and how will people approve of the way that I look, or will people think I'm beautiful? The first question should be, is Allah pleased with me right now? If Allah is looking at me right now, is Allah pleased with me right now? Does Allah like the way I look? And when you put on your clothes, the first thing that should come to your mind is what? Alhamdulillahi alladhi kasani hadha thawb min ghayri hawlin minni wala quwwah. The first thing you do is thank Allah. Before you say, what's wrong with it? And like, there's, it's not what I expected it to be. And last time I put it in the washer dryer, it went through this and it's no longer. The first thing that should come to your mind is, Alhamdulillahi alladhi kasani hadha thawb. All praises be to Allah who gave me this garment, min ghayri hawlin minni wala quwwah, with no doing or no power of my own. Rasulullah ﷺ said, whoever says that when they put on their clothes, غُفِرَ لَهُ مَا تَقَدَّمَ مِنْ ذَنْبِهِ. He will be forgiven for all of his previous sins. That acknowledgement of Allah's perfection and Allah's ni'mah upon you, His blessing upon you, not complaining about anything, just being grateful and thankful, being conscious of Allah even as you wear your clothes, as you start your day, and your image in the sight of Allah is your greatest priority, that is enough to have all of your previous sins forgiven.